assessment of how the passing game looks, coming out of Texas tonight?
Over the last 3 weeks, we had some guys really stepping up, and you can just tell every day at practice they're getting better. And, we have a saying, if you deserve the ball, all right, you're going to get it. And the way you show that is in practice. And so we've got a number of guys just really showing up in practice, doing some things, out on the field that just show us that they deserve the ball. So, what we do is stay up here late at night and get together, coaches, and we try to find ways to get the ball in our playmakers' hands. And I think Billy Napier, Coach Graham, all of us did a really good job last week of coming up with a game plan where we're getting the ball in guys' hands that deserve it.
Kyle, when you look at your breakthrough, is it a comfortability thing, or is there something you're doing differently this year that's kind of you've seen improvement in?
I think definitely comfortability is a factor, being last year, being a freshman, and just kind of learning the ropes this year more comfortable. But more than anything, it's probably just honestly the coach here. I know it sounds weird right there, but honestly, like the techniques and stuff that we learn. And we also had the slot last year, and this last game I started outside. But it's really cool just to see the different tools out of my toolbox to kind of get open, and just the different techniques in the coaching and the game plan. And they kind of work around our ability, and our attributes that can help the team. So. It's comfortability, but it's also game planning and just a lot of coaching that's went into, spring, summer, and, fall camp.
What's the mood of this team right now?
The mood? The mood is, I think it's great. Obviously we're, going through some adversity right now, and, we had, 2 losses, but, like we said today, we're 0-0 in conference play, and, everyone, we have a fresh start now, and the mood is happy. The mood is, we're ready to get to work, and, no matter what else happens outside the locker room, we know we have each other. It's a tight circle, a tight circle with the coaches and the staff and all that stuff. So, we just kind of save ourselves and, we just prepare, on our own and just be positive.
What did you take out of that game offensively?
Offensively, obviously a lot of firepower. We get down, earlier in the game, we get down and kind of like the, landmarks and stuff like that, and we kind of shore ourselves in the field a little bit and, kind of shorten ourselves and, go for a field goal, but we know when we tighten up and not make those mistakes and kind of just get our fundamentals down, so like that. Those are points, So we've scored 45, and we had 2 drives that went for 1 in the beginning, no points, and then just 3 points. So you're looking at a 14-point swing or however many points, 11-point swing. They're going to maybe potentially early in the game just because we just correct small mistakes.
Coach, for you, how this said it, the firepower with your receiving core, is it receiving the pass game increases the tempo change, the energy on the field increase? What's your take with that? There's so many weapons in your toolbox.
Yeah, there's no question when guys start to make plays that they feed off of each other. That's a great point. The sideline was electric the whole game. Every time Kyle would not even just make a catch, but make that big hit, that block that he made, if you guys saw that. That really fired everybody up. They're a close-knit group, especially us in the wide receiver group, and they cheer for each other. It's really good to see.
Kyle, Manny hasn't thrown an interception yet this season. What's he done, so productive? Anything that you've seen from him?
Just last year, Manny's a lot more mature. And he's really, even more from last year, stepped up as a leadership role, and I think he really takes pride in his job. And he's done a great job this, camp and early the season, taking care of the ball and making sure that, he doesn't put our receivers in jeopardy, in tough situations to kind of come back and, make those kind of catches that are, kind of puts in conflict. But he's been doing a great job taking care of the ball in the passing game, and, we just hope it keeps going on and we'll keep running our better routes and stuff.
Coach, you talked about that block that Kyle Williams threw in the game, but just the run blocking for the running game. The running game also had the best outing. Talking about the wide receiver role in the running game.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's going to be guys that you can't account for the offensive line, and so safeties particularly, and you got to create ways, scheme ways of, how can you pop runs. We just don't want to hand the ball off. Every play, obviously, that we draw up, we're like, okay, if he gets through here, how can we score a touchdown if this guy gets his block? And so, that's one of the main things that, I thought these guys have really embraced is like they're not just out there wanting the ball and then just waiting for a run play to get over with. And, You know, you've seen receivers. You can tell when when the play's called, whether it's a pass or a run. You know, they do that. But these guys, you know, they really embrace it, and they're looking around and they're trying to decipher, you know, where's my guy at? Who's the guy coach wants me to block? And that's been a huge difference. And I think it's going to pay dividends in the future as we get better with that too.
Coach, you talked about designing plays. When you guys are going through that process, what's it like knowing that you have a guy like N'Keal Harry in this skill set?
Yeah, you know, you automatically think instant matchup because he's so big, and so it doesn't matter if they go press. You know, when you have shorter guys and you have little guys, and you look over there and you see press coverage, okay, let's go over to the other side. But with N'Keal, you're like, yeah, please, you know, we want you to press us, you know, and so that opens up. I can't tell you how big that is to have a guy like that where, you know, press coverage doesn't take that read out of your offense, out of your progression.
You talked about your increasing diversity in the routes that you're running. There's one center go. You had that one return to football with a nice occasion. What's that been like getting, you know, doing all that?
You know, it's been fun, definitely just kind of learning all the ropes of, you know, wide receiver, you know, kind of just expanding my, you know, my toolbox to just run different routes. So it's, you know, definitely cool, and looking forward to running more routes like that, you know, going deep and stuff like that, and just, because, you know, through slot, we do a lot of intermediate stuff, but we get to stretch the field outside, so it's nice running those kind of routes and kind of having a good age.
How much progress do you think you made in that area just from when you started with your perspective?
Yeah, a lot. You know, going back to spring.
I'll answer that.
Yeah, going back to spring, you know, well, I hurt my shoulder a little bit, so it kind of staggered me a little bit, but still, I just feel like going to this camp, you know, I was ready to prove something, you know, not only to myself, but to my team, and really just make a point and we'll get this done.
Yeah. You know, can I just say this? I've been coaching receivers for a long time, over 20 years. What this kid did, playing slot and going through spring, going through fall camp, then all of a sudden moving outside in 2 days and playing outside receiver in a big-time Division 1A football game, that's pretty incredible. I don't know how people know how hard that is. It's a complete different it's a different position. Everything is different, and what he did the other night is pretty spectacular. And that's why he's able to do it. That's a great point. I don't know if you guys know this. This guy's going to be a surgeon one day.
Yeah.
That's true. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, just the ability, just understanding all the different things. His ability for me to just talk about something and not even have to demonstrate, and then him go out and physically do it. It's really amazing. It's really special.
You were able to get the ball to N'Keal right at the beginning of the game, short routes and whatnot. And then later, you know, you did it so far the passes this week. I'm assuming that was sort of an intentional plan to kind of try to get him the ball right away, get him the ball.
Yeah, you know, you always want to get the ball in the hands of your best players early to keep them interested and all that. And it just seems like momentum can carry, and if you don't get it to them early, it just looks up, and then all of a sudden, man, it's late in the second quarter and you hadn't caught a ball. And so you just try to go ahead and get those guys involved early, you know, which I think we did a pretty good job of. And then, you know, to answer your question, that a lot of times coverage, what the defense is doing, you know, when you're going through progression reads and things like that, can take some guys out of some things. And so sometimes it's not necessarily by design. You see guys catch shorter balls or deeper balls. It may have something to do with what the defense is doing according to their coverage.
So we look at the Oregon secondary, what kind of unique challenges do they present?
They're going to press us up. They're going to man. They're going to challenge you. Not afraid. They're going to make you operate the entire game. They get beat deep. They're not going to care. They're going to come right back and press you up again. And that's a great challenge. I like that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, he did.
And so what do you think really enables them to be so effective in this game?
You know, they have they're not like massive guys. They're quick and athletic, and so the scheme that they run with the 50 and 3 down linemen, then they got a bunch of athletes out on the field, and they just let them run and make plays. And I think that's what does it for them.
Thanks, guys.